Alright, so recently I made a video talking about this dickhead, Senator Murphy, and just basically the overview of it was, I was just talking about how absolutely useless he is. Like, this guy, first off, I don't really know what a senator is supposed to do, but I would imagine whatever it is a lot more than crying about the latest Democratic issue and crying about Trump on TV nonstop. I think it has a little bit more to do than that. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be doing stuff for your state and the people that live in the state, not just going on TV and crying, oh, Trump bad, oh, healthcare costs are so high, oh, affordability's way out of the line of realm of attainability and all this, all while at the same time offering zero solutions at all. I mean, let's put it this way. When I say, hey, can you give me an achievement of Senator Murphy? What do you come up with? Let me guess, nothing. That's what comes to mind for me. I can't think of a single thing this guy's done, which just illustrates how useless he is. Why he has his position, I don't know. I'm not sure who he went up against in the last election, but I'm not sure how they lost, because I'm sure whoever it was would have added a lot more value add than this dickhead. Anyways, so the thing now that I wanted to talk about is he's got a new crying point. I'm kind of in the way, so let me just scoot up here. It says, Senator Murphy says that Donald Trump is trying to con Americans into believing that immigrants are the greatest threat to our democracy. First off, these people need to stop talking about democracy. They don't even know what democracy means. Our country isn't a democracy to begin with. As I said in my last video, a true democracy means that every single person votes on every single issue. With a population of, what are we, 350, 400 million people? That's literally impossible to have everybody vote on every single issue. So what we do is we elect representatives to represent us, and they're supposed to have the say. So that whole entire massive population comes down to 535 people instead of 350 million. So we don't have a true democracy. We have a constitutional republic. So right out the gate, you moron, sitting in the Senate, you should know this. So that's a good look for you that you don't even know what kind of government our country is. But second off, of course, they're talking about immigrants. Oh, immigrants are the greatest threat to our democracy. Nobody is crying about immigrants. There is a difference between illegals and immigrants. Immigrants are people that make a plan to move to this country, and they learn the language. They get their papers. They properly, they pass the citizenship test and all this. They do everything that they need to do, so that way then they can be a citizen. They denounce their prior country and they pledge loyalty to this country. That's an immigrant. Nobody has problems with you. Hey, congratulations. You want to live here? You think this will make your life better? Have at it. It's the illegals that are the problem. Dickhead. I hate this guy. The illegals obviously are a problem, and they are a problem on multiple levels. First off, I mean, he's trying to claim that Trump says that it's the greatest threat. I don't know about illegals being the greatest. They're way up there for sure. But I mean, for one, Democrats are probably one of the greatest threats to our country, which is kind of disgusting to say because Democrats are supposed to be, a part of this country. It's pretty bad when one of the top, governing options is a internal terrorist organization, essentially. But Democrats are insane. They're just all about the destruction of this country. America last, illegal immigrants first, F white people, all just negative, bad stuff from Democrats. So they're by far way up there. I mean, there's also other things that can be a threat to our country, not even democracy. Like North Korea. Luckily, North Korea is kind of, since they're ridiculous and just self-secluded, they're kind of poor. But, that could be a threat. They hate us. They try to make missiles that don't get very far, but still, the threat is kind of there. Some Middle Eastern countries can be a threat. Obviously, look what happened in 9/11. It's unfortunate that New York forgot this quickly. They had two of their most iconic buildings knocked down 25 years ago. And, now they go and elect somebody that's a part of that whole group. But, okay, good for you, New York, I guess. But yeah, so there's those other things. But yeah, illegals obviously are a big problem for this country because they come in here, they're not contributing, you're illegal, you're not paying taxes, obviously. You can't legally get a job if you're an illegal, duh. A lot of them have been problematic individuals just in general, whether it's they're bringing drugs in, they're murdering people like Lake and Riley and all these other girls, or they're just like pedophile types like, what state was it? It might have been the whole Minnesota thing. Somebody did a deep dive into who ICE was going after in Minnesota, and it was just vile, disgusting guys who violated children and even older, young, 14, 15-year-old teenagers and stuff. When I said children, I meant under 10. Like, just vile, disgusting people. So yeah, that's a threat to those children. That's a threat to our financial, our federal finances, when people are just sucking off the system. They come in here illegally, and for some reason our country's just like, here you go, here's money for you, here's a hotel for you to stay in, hey, you don't have to worry about contributing at all, here's health care for free. The citizens get to struggle, but you get it for free. And then you got a dickbag like him who's going to defend that, and at the same time cry about how, oh, healthcare is just so expensive. We need to do something about it. I don't know. How about we stop giving it to illegals for free and give it to the citizens for free? I mean, if you desperately want to give healthcare away for free, might as well give it to those of us who actually belong here. Those of us who were born here and lived here our entire lives, like me. Like, that's the other thing, too. These morons on that team, the dumb Democrats, make no sense at all. They're going to cry about things left and right. Anything Trump does, cry left and right. Boo, oh this, oh that. Which, at the end of the day, if you're going to be real, everything that Trump is doing is good. It's good for the country. It's America first. And some of it is even good on a global scale. But you're going to cry about that. And that's one thing this dickhead did recently. That's what I talked about in the last video. He wants to impeach him. He thinks Trump, who's actually doing something, instead of just maintaining the status quo of presidents, actually doing something and making a change, he thinks that guy should lose his job. But you deserve to keep yours? What have you done? What have you done? Nothing. Besides cry about dumb stuff like this. But anyways, that's the other thing. Democrats never make any sense. You know, you're going to cry about costs and affordability and boo-hoo-hoo this. You know, the gun stuff. And yet, let's just let illegals in. Yeah, let's just fund them to live here for free. You know, yeah, criminals. Yeah, criminals. Ugh. You know, like what's that lady's name? Something Good in Minnesota. I don't even care what her name is, but you know who I mean. Oh, they're going to cry for her, though. Oh, somebody that was obstructing federal officers, blocking their way with her vehicle, harassing them for who knows how long it was prior to this. Somebody who's a professional activist, always at these rallies and stuff. Somebody who was terrible to her kids. Oh, we gotta cry about her because, you know, something happened from her own actions by driving. The officer came over to pull her out of her car. He probably would have just arrested her, threw her in his vehicle. She'd still be alive. She might be held in a prison or something temporarily, but she'd be alive. No, she chose to be an idiot. Oh, you're going to take me out of my car? I'm going to floor it. And oh, there's the guy right there. Even if she wasn't trying to hit him. Because I know there's debate about that. Yeah, it looks like she went for it. But she could have been just trying to escape this guy opening her door. And just accidentally ended up going towards the guy that she did try to hit. But regardless, you know, if she wasn't acting like a dickhead and just complied instead of trying to escape, nothing would have happened. She wouldn't have potentially hit that guy. She'd still be alive. She brought it 100% on herself. But oh, these type of morons want to cry about her. But Charlie Kirk, oh, F him, he deserved it, right? A guy that literally just talked. Didn't harm anybody, didn't do anything to anybody, just talked. And yeah, he deserved it, yeah. Burn in hell, and all this dumb nonsense. These type of people need to make sense. You need to get an actual platform, have actual stances, and learn some morality before you go and try to gaslight and grandstand on the wrong positions every single time. Anyhow, I don't have much else to say. I just want to talk about this fucking idiot. I can't stand him. I try to keep it professional on this channel, but I can't stand him. I can't stand Ned, and I can't stand that stupid purple hair lady because she's just embarrassing. I don't really know what she says. I don't even know her name. Rosa Dolores, whatever it is. I can't stand her just because she's embarrassing. I don't even know how she got elected. Who voted for that? Who saw this wildly unprofessional person and thought, oh, I'm going to vote for that? Geez, I don't, at my job, so my regular job, I'm a chief engineer of a plastics company. Like, in my personal life, I might dress like this, but I like to wear, you know, gold bracelets, chains, I have my ears pierced, but I don't wear any of that to work, because I feel like it's unprofessional. You know, it's a little too flashy, so I look like this at work. I don't wear my studs, I don't have any jewelry on. I just look like this. And yet, you got this freak who's supposed to be representing us, purple hair, dumb hipster glasses. Like, who voted for that? Who saw that and was like, oh, I want that to represent me? And of course, she has all the wrong takes, just like this moron. She's just not as, I don't want to say as vocal, but I don't feel like she's as famous as this moron. That's why I don't know her name. But anyways, those are like my top 3 that I can't stand. Anyhow, time's running out, so that's all I got. Just want to complain about him again. And yeah, thanks for listening. Until next time, have a great day.